A class action lawsuit against Canada and the BC government for the mistreatment of kids in the child welfare system was launched today. Lawyers representing them say many were taken away from their culture, families, and many were abused. It has the potential to impact up to 10,000 plaintiffs, says lawyer Angela Beskflug.
We are here today seeking certification of an action on behalf of survivors of the Millennium Scoop, so off-reserve First Nation, Métis, and Inuit children, youth, and families. And so our position is, as against Canada and as against the province, that the system was flawed, it was broken, it prioritized removal over prevention services. It would have kept children with their families.
Jessie Neal was once one of those kids. She says she grew up in the system and is here to fight for other kids who were also taken away.
It's appalling to see how many young people are still treated inequitable, and how much of the care population we make up. Over 60% of kids in care in BC specifically are Indigenous and placed in non-Indigenous homes, and as a result, have big holes in their lives.
Laura Dobson is also another plaintiff. She says for kids in care, the number has surpassed kids that were in residential school, and the conditions are not much different in many cases. She wants to see some major changes for other kids.
More resources, I think, like counseling, bridging the gaps, more supports, reunification. I know a lot of people say that there's lack of Indigenous homes for Indigenous children.
For the next 5 days, Laura and Jessie, along with 2 other plaintiffs and their lawyers, will be presenting their evidence in court.
The defendants have known about this for decades and decades and decades and have failed to remedy the situation. Because of that, our class members, our plaintiffs, have suffered harm. They can't be remedied by any compensation, but our goal is to, A, have the defendants acknowledge the wrongful behavior, B, get compensation for these plaintiffs and other class members, and C, try and get the defendants to change their way.
The decision in this class action lawsuit is expected in the next 3 months. Tina House, APTN National News, Vancouver.